Hello Internet, I'm Jackie Fox, and hello wotv fans out there. This is a glorious week. Not only did we get some new story, and there'll be a spoiler at the very end of the video about who just took power, but they are an absolute tyrant. Heads are already rolling by the dozens, I suppose. I mean, it's an absolute bloodbath, and it's maybe not who you would expect. So stick around to the end to find out who that is, or play to being current in the story, because it was a real twist there at the end for this week. But also we're getting an extension of the Realm Scourge event, which is cool because I didn't have time to do it last week. I'm working on this really cool headpiece for a Drag King, and I also had a bunch of footage from a couple weeks ago that I haven't really been able to formulate into a video, so that's what's going to be on screen for most of the rest of this video. So I'm just going to sip my coffee and read some of your comments, starting with the most recent. Okay, so I got this post up about my insane luck. I really wanted fundamental forces. Like, there is nothing that could make me happier from Gumi, no present more dear to my heart than giving me fundamental forces on my first pull. And they did it. They gave it to me on my first pull. And you can, like, from the screenshot, you even know, because this is a one-time only. There's only one chance to get it on the first pull. And I did it. So Super Saiyan says, me too. And he's got Super Saiyan God hair, so I guess he's right. Let's like and heart that comment. Still no special effect for Elena and MR Gear-like passives. Come on, Gumi. I still crafted as soon as the reset hit from Diamond, and this is on the Astora Araya Astora +1. And yes, this is true, but basically my response is that it has amazing stats, and it also has stats that you usually wouldn't find and that you really want to stack, and are always, like, more sources of them on your gear is always helpful. So, like, evasion, every bit of evasion helps. Every number gets your percentages up, and that gets you not hit more. I mean, it's a big deal. And agility is quite the same, and agility is probably the most important stat in the game. So getting a good agility stat line, like a TMR-esque, even there are a lot of TMRs that can't get up to 6 agility after trust runing. So, like, this is a pretty ridiculous sword in that respect. It kind of makes sense from a balance perspective that the passive lines are kind of weak, but it would be cool to get a little bit more in the way of passives, or at least, like, you know, if it was a job-based kind of thing where it was like Spellblade and some of the other, like Spellblade, Red Mage, a couple of other older job classes that wield swords, and Elena, and they all get, like, I don't know, accuracy +10 and dexterity +20. I don't know. Just something to kind of give an extra bonus to her, but and that's what Diamond was hoping for here, but really I hope that they make it a little bit more specific, because it annoys me when they take good weapons and make them super specific to one unit when they can use it as one of the underappreciated forms of power creep for older units is the fact that older jobs get included really heavy-handedly on these newer pieces of signature gear. And I would like to see something like that happen instead of, like, a truly signature, like Elena gets, like, I don't know, 100% reaction block for equipping this or whatever. Another one from Diamond. She was going on a tear through my channel about 4 hours ago. Tied with Stag of the Shining Summer for best VC artwork. That is the shirtless Jaden card on Fear Me, I Am a God. Congrats. Thank you. Let's throw a thank you on that. What about the second recipe? So I showed where you can get the extra recipe that you need for the Aurora Estrella +1. It's on the MA2 quest for Elena. So there is no second recipe. This is the second recipe, basically, because the original recipe is the original sword from the challenge board. This is a sword you're only limited to one of, so even if you could get 2 recipes, you wouldn't be able to make a second sword. You know what I mean? So you have to fuse your old sword into this new recipe, and that will get you the +1. Lex Reason on Fear Me, I Am a God. Lucky you. Thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Also, Shelvareth, I hate you. I love you. Thanks for the comment. All right. Interesting video on all of the staves by Weeping Blade. Good information for someone trying to learn how to choose staves for their units. And I appreciate that we're using the word staves because that is the proper pluralization of staff. It's not staffs. So thank you for the good grammar there, Weeping Blade. And this was on the what does that have to? I feel like, at least right here, what I'm seeing, it has the wrong thumbnail, but I know I did the right one. My All About Staves video, Kilfei on the cover. Diamond, this isn't fair. I'm trying to save, and they release a VC of both the best graphic novel and the best character of FFBE. Well, as far as I know, there weren't many other graphic novels in FFBE, so that's kind of a small selection. But yeah, I know what you mean. That one hit me particularly in the feels. A Space Adventure says, "Hi Fox, nice video. Short info though. We already have Elena 140 on Global. We got our Transcendence some time ago, about a month ago." You're right, and if I said Transcendence in the video, I was just getting those two mixed up, because usually that's the order it happens in. Usually we either, they've been very, very careful not to make Elena too good again because of how good she was when she originally came out. And the way that she warped the global meta, kind of independent of the JP meta, and it was kind of strange. So they went really cautious on her. We're getting her Master Ability 2 though, and that is going to be really helpful for her. And yeah. So that's what I meant to say, should have said. I'll have a short on that soon. Went in for some Jaden Mind Spheres after getting the free pull. After getting him on the free pull, and I got my Chaos Odin. Oh no, I'm sorry. I did get Jaden on the free pull, but this was on my Ice account, so I figured I would do the 80 Mind Spheres. He's not a limited unit. I figure I'll get him eventually, so great. I'll just go for this, and I get the evasion, the second evasion Esper, physical evasion Esper that I was missing, second evasion Chaos Esper that I was missing, because I run, on my Ice account, I also run evasion with Earth. So, really excited to get this one. Again, Gumi, it's like you're bribing me. Like, is this an under the table thing? Am I not supposed to mention it? But like, I mean, it's been like this, I don't know. I felt like this playing FFBE too. All right, Venju, love me. You're getting some love, buddy. My friend Applejack got him in free tickets too. 1 free ticket. Wow. I got Raffi in 1 free ticket, Oh, wow. What? Well, I'm super jealous of that. Another one from Benju. Love me. I got her, but I never use her. I don't know why. Not Glacy fan, I guess. Ha 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 ha. Thanks to this video, I might use her. She's versatile. She has like a good set of jobs. If there were ever really like a good, I mean there is. It's just that like, well, I mean really all of the good fire mages are limited, so she's definitely the best and a very versatile, covers a lot of bases, fire mage. If you have a good fire MR game though, and you're looking for someone who's more of a support, Menwu's 140 just dropped today. P-Web, on Alaya, I'ma insta upgrade her. Yeah, I did too. I still like Alaya better. I'm sorry, not Alaya. I still like Eliza. Why did they make their names so similar and have them be like very similar units, right? But I still kind of like Eliza better. But Alaya's getting some cool story time right now. I wish Eliza would get some time in the spotlight too. But Weeping Blade on Gumi Economics 302, Developer Crunch, and Frontlines Mini UI updates. Gotta love having the unit and area attack res showing. Yeah, it's huge. From what they said, evasion and accuracy is also going to show for like the first time in ever, and like we never even considered somehow for the longest time that like area attack and unit attack resistance could show. And there's a lot of other stats that could show technically, and we have a really busy. Just imagine like a man-eater stat that had to get divided. It would have to get divided into physical and magical and like general. Oh man, it'd be ridiculous. But like we've been asking for the other one for so long. It's kind of funny to get this one first, but I'm also happy to be getting evasion and accuracy. Maybe, I don't know if I checked, but maybe now. Andrew JT on Gumi Economics 301C, Road to Worldwide, Part 3 is almost here. Here's how it's going. I think the core of the problem is not just FOMO for missed units. They're compressing the schedule, skipping all the viz besides 9K, missing shards, reducing ways to accumulate viz, FTP missions, rebranding stuff that we were already getting as a Road to Worldwide campaign, and generally gave us a shit sandwich to ease our minds in the transition period. Two things can be true at the same time. The community can be overreacting, and Gumi Square Enix can be scummy greedy. At the end of the day, I don't have the energy to care too much about the situation, but I do recognize that it's not a really good one for the community. I'm just going to continue playing and enjoying the story. I have strong enough teams to beat most PvE content and win some PvP, so I don't need any of the new stuff. Absolutely. Absolutely. And we are going to be getting some fun additions to our roster that are free. In addition to the ones that I mentioned in a recent video, which is, Comral, the more physically, like a more DPS version of Raldor as an MR. And we've also got Sagahan Prince, which is going to be tied for the fastest Esper in the game. It's only an MR, it's going to be free, it's going to come with a vision card, which is alright, but a really cool Esper to be getting for free. Okay, same video. Voiced Planet. My main issue here is that we've been progressively getting less and deals. I think it's supposed to be less and less deals in the special shop. Not even just Viz Pack H and F. We didn't get an $80 5k 5 summon ticket pack either for the FF5 units. We stopped getting the 24 shard packs like 5 collabs ago. I don't really mind everything else. I was planning on skipping everything but Jaden, Ice Player, Alaya, Strike Team, Ferris, Red Mage. Oh, nice layout. Oh yeah, Strike and Red Mage. Cool. Unfortunately, I had to pity Ferris, so I'm probably going to skip Jaden and save whatever I can for Alaya. Yeah, Alaya is like, she's the diamond in the rough. Like, I think that there's, for most people, unless it's your element or your job type, and even if it is, you can probably afford to skip it. Melnia, maybe for some Earth players, she is fairly good, but not like Alaya. Alaya's fucking amazing. So if you're saving for anybody during this period, it would definitely be her. Hopefully that extra free viz is gonna come in handy. I think the language barrier is hitting this comment kind of hard, and I think it also expresses some of the same sentiments as that previous one, so I'm going to skip down to Thomas Patton. I agree about skipping most of these units. In fact, I would have regardless. The difference is I'm not building up my viz while doing so like I usually do this time of year. I I feel like we have conceptually gone about thinking about this the wrong way. There is, in fact, over the same period of time, because of this, we will be getting more viz. Not even the 9K. I'm putting that aside, right? Any bonuses aside, we will be getting more viz over this period of time because they're going to have to cram in extra events and things that are going to have extra viz rewards, either for first clear, for missions, for all of that kind of stuff. Those things are going to be happening faster too. It's not just a crunch of units, it's a content crunch as well. And all of that extra content is going to bring us viz even faster. So you will be getting more viz over the next couple of months than you would have before this crunch happened. The thing is, and the reason why people are conceptualizing it as having less viz is because of the compression in the schedule. If you don't plan to pull for anything over the next couple of months, you're actually going to be richer for this. Now, I get that that's a big ask because it's a lot of units and a lot of different VCs, but again, there's a couple stars in there, but other than that, it's really not a big deal to skip it. And if you do, and if you can in good conscience skip all or most of this, then you will come out the other side with more viz in, the first day of October. Let's put this in concrete terms. Because of the road to worldwide, on the first day of October, if your spending does not change over the crunch, if you, in both cases, crunch or no crunch, you spent nothing, you skip everything, right? You will, because of the crunch, end up with more viz because there is also a content crunch that is going to give you extra viz. So if you are saving, you won't, it's just a weird framing of it, I guess, is what I'm thinking. And it's also partially true, right? It is true conceptually, right? But both of these things are true conceptually. I just think this makes more sense as a way of thinking about it. It is also kind of generous to the company, I guess. But I enjoy their game, and they keep hooking me up on the free tickets. Either I'm a statistical anomaly, they have zeroed in on me from even before I became a YouTuber and just said, we're going to hook this player up in particular so they'll brag about their luck and say this is a great game. Or it's happening to a lot of people. I don't know. I'm sorry it's not you all the time. I wish it was me all the time too, but sometimes it's you, sometimes it's me. That's the way odds work. I do think part of the problem is people have way overestimated, this is still Thomas Patton by the way, the viz they are missing. This is true. Regarding Pack H, they have skipped it before, I believe in February. The special shop is scheduled to refresh not this week but next week. Stopped expecting to see it before then, but if it's not there that week, then it's a full-blown trend. Okay, that's a good point. And you said that 7 days ago, so I guess today is the day to check. Still in the rage. Shelza's design looks really cool. How's her kit? Because in some ways, the impression that she left me with reminded me of Minwoo. Because she has really strong buffs. She does have a really remarkable full life version of full life. It costs a lot of TP though, compared to most TP skills, but that also means it's going to give her a lot of AP. The issue is there's not a ton of things that she can do with it. She has one attack in her main kit. It's a big diamond AoE imperil type skill. It imperils all attack resistances by 15, which means that she can slot into a lot of groups, and it has a 141 mod, so even with that hitting first, it's still not going to do a lot of damage. I don't see this being a damage unit, but that's like her only main job attacking skill at all. She does have a select up to 2 targets non-elemental in her main sub, though, which is pretty cool. And honestly, I could see running that. It's a really good-looking skill. Usually, if you've watched much of my content, you know I hate the main sub. It's only got 2 skills, and they have to be really amazing to make up for like these other things that have so many others. Like she's got Dispel. a physical move from Cleric. Kodadama Wielder gives her some options. So if you were wanting to do like a damage build for her, Kodadama Wielder could work, and she does have a variety of guaranteed hit from that because she gets both of the guaranteed hit skills. She gets a movement up skill, she gets the stun and the move to target panel. Although I don't think that she would really appreciate that because, again, I feel like she would probably be kind of squishy. Oh, yeah, and her limit burst, sorry about that, because this is pretty notable for her. It applies courage to herself and someone else, much like the re-raise buffs that we've been seeing recently, both on Sottily and on Lena. She's going to be kind of the fire version of that, and fire's going to get courage. But, like, the weird thing is, those characters can get that as a buff that they can use multiple times. For her, it's a 58 AP single cast buff. The upside of it is, though, that it gives her -6 hate, which, especially if she's in support mode, if you're not running her as Kodadama Wielder, is going to keep her out and buffing. And let's see if she has a heal. I think she has a heal. She can regen people. She has a single target heal that's not very big. And I guess she has... Oh, she has Cura, upgraded Cura from Cleric, but yeah, she doesn't really have many heals, so she can't like sit back and use that hate differential to like support a tank very well, but it is interesting to see. It just feels like, you know, other elements, they get this as a skill, she gets it as a limit break, and it kind of sucks. But it is a really neat skill. I'm not saying like it's bad. It has a lot of value. It is a good skill. It's just like, I don't know, she's a 70 cost unit, you know? 3 of the upcoming units are 70 cost units. That's what I'm trying to tell people. There's probably likely going to be a 4th one that works its way into the crunch. So that's just 4 easy skips. You might pull them, pulling for something that you really need for your account, and then play with them if they're fun, if you like them, because they do interesting things. That's, you know, it's not a matter of them being cool or not. They're just, as 70 cost units, they're very rarely going to slip into the spotlight, unfortunately. You know, it's very much a 100 cost meta. I'm not saying that it has to be, like Lightning is a 90 cost unit that works into it. There's people like Skahal, even 80 cost unit. But for the most part, you know, outside of limited, and actual cost limited, because there's a lot of limiteds that don't do cost limits or don't do, or do like, they're announcing a new vision card limit. That's not going to limit the cost of units at all. So, you know, for 70 cost units, especially going forward, I feel like I'll get them when I get them. And I even felt that way about Sweetheart Miranda, but she is arguably probably better than some of these. But that's in part because the Sweetheart units feel like they're generally a little bit above curve when they come out, and she was kind of no exception to that. Also, you know, it's easy to get a light / chainer. It's easy to make that work. There's a lot of support for that already in light. Give me economics 301C. That's your opinion, and that's okay. And you don't need to shit in others' opinion. It bad of you. Not Mega Whale Skip isn't opinion of you. Isn't option of you. If you are in top guild or play in top PvP rank, for my response to that is you can get an FTP account to the top of the arena. You've even done it with an entirely free unit-based team before. It's not easy, but you don't have to whale to be good at PvP. Top-ranked GVG, Guild versus Guild, is rougher, I hear you. But again, these are 70 cost units. You probably won't see them much. Getting 2 Chaos Espers back-to-back is rough, though, especially for water players. And for my account that I have had almost the shortest amount of time, it started playing during Final Fantasy 15 collab, and I've spent maybe $50 on it the entire time I've had it. That account in limited guild, despite the fact that my guild is in Legend, I mean, we got our asses kicked in this matchup, right? But despite the fact that our guild is in Legend, that account got 9 stars and I think only lost 1 unit. They may have lost 0 units. I don't remember. And it wasn't, I mean, I'm sorry. This was, I forget if they were Aries or Cancer. I'm more familiar with no, it wasn't Aries, because I'm in an Aries guild. I know what that looks like. It was unfamiliar, that means it was Cancer. So like Cancer 1, Cancer 2, top of the meta. And I took them for 9 stars. Now my defense team probably sucks and fell really easily to them. But again, you don't have to spend a lot of money to be good at this game. And in fact, like there's a lot of discipline genuinely that's required in top rank guilds beyond just spending money, and I think the discipline gets you a lot further. But like it also depends on what you mean by top. Do you mean like top 100 or top 20 or top 5? Because of course I think in most top 5s it's kind of going to be like that when it is in part a pay to win environment. But it kind of has to be, because that's just how games get funded like this. I mean, if you want to come up with a better gaming model that hopefully doesn't involve blockchain or fucking NFTs, you know, go ahead and replicate this game in it and hope you don't get a copyright issue, you know, and tell me, I'll play it on stream or something. Sushi wotv, yeah, I'm with you. There's too much. JP had this, so we are entitled to get this too and more mentality, while at the same time ignoring everything that we take for granted that JP never got or only very recently got. And yeah, this kind of came up in one of the previous comments, but like the idea that JP already got this, or that they're recycling things, you know, for whatever reason they decided to give that to JP and not to us. They thought they needed it. Maybe the conditions were different. Maybe there was something that they could see in the numbers that said they needed a little bit more incentive then. So they gave them that reward. Maybe we didn't need the same incentive. Maybe we were super psyched about the game at the same time, and they didn't feel like they had to do this extra thing to keep us entertained. Well, I mean, I get how that's a little bit annoying, but at the same time, it's their decision. It's a valid one. Again, annoying, but we do also get tons of upgrades and tons of bonuses that they never get. Almost every JP player is willing to say that a lot of times. And, you know, the one big upgrade that they have had is getting UI faster, and they're not even really going to have that much of a head on us anymore. So I'm just saying, like, you know, global players get a lot, but let's see the rest of this comment. Oh man, it's a long one. Okay, Sushi wotv. But I think the reason why a lot of people are getting angry is because deep down, we believe that, especially in video games, where something is supposed to be fun, we should be able to, within reason, get everything we really want as long as we work for it. And games should be incentivized to be designed in such a way to help us achieve what we want. People hate having their hard work and plans thrown off by something completely out of their control. Yeah, and control is a word that often comes up in why people get upset in a variety of scenarios. We hate losing control or losing our feeling or sense of control. To continue the comment though, so people spent the time, effort, and planned accordingly to save up X amount of Fizz over the next 4 months in order to afford Raph, Greater Demon, Alaya, Melnia's card, and suddenly can't afford it because of something completely outside of their control. That's what infuriates people, and that's how the Salt Army is created. And this is especially true when the vast majority of players remaining in this game are hardcore FF Square fans who feel emotionally attached to their favorite characters. Therefore, in my opinion, the smart thing for Square Gaming to do is to take advantage of this passion and make people really happy. Because we all know happy, euphoric people love to spend money unreasonably, which is why Vegas showers gamblers with free drinks, free food, free hotel. It's tried and true human nature. Tale as old as time. Wait, so like you have a wotv related handle. Do you have your own channel? Oh, you know what? I'm gonna subscribe anyways. Maybe you'll have content someday, but that was excellent. I appreciate and love this comment wholeheartedly. Hopefully you'll see this video because my reply is just going to be yes. Did you intentionally turn off skill effect because you couldn't tolerate to see Addison Rae's skill effects? LOL. But like the hearts? No, like her skill effects don't bother me at all. I actually turn off skill effects in general, just because like there's I don't know, like the skill effects factor into if skill effects don't factor into backgrounds, I'll turn them back on for the times that I'm actually watching it. But in general, like I just like it to be that much faster, you know what I mean? Like if they give me a 5x speed that would absolutely make the game look like garbage, I would probably still play it for the efficiency. So I just have them turned off in general, but I am trying to get in the headspace of turning it back on more when I'm actually recording. So, yep, that's an answer. Diamond, 8 days ago. Skipping Charisse. Yeah, I was talking about how I wasn't going to cover Charisse's Transcendence because she's never going to be relevant. She's got the same problem as her partner Summer Jaden. Complete lack of utility survivability. No re-raise courage removal. No CT up nullify. No protect shell removal. No barrier break. No elemental resistance down. No reflex. No courage re-raise for self. As a limited cost, she won't shine either, because with the 110 cost, you can use Dario and Cadia, Because with 110 cost, you can use Dario and Cadia, giving you enough room for 100 cost within 210. So yeah, exactly. Like they're, my biggest issue with Charisse specifically is like her application is kind of meant to be as a budget UR unit, but I feel like in a lot of ways she is outshined practically by at least 4 of the Wind MR units. I mean, if you're a longtime fan of this channel, you'll know that I've taken a Wind MR team, to pretty well up in Arena. I don't know if I ever recorded like getting really high with it, but I got pretty high with just regular Helena, Dario, and Sorel. So like, yeah, absolutely. You know, because yes, she's a 70 cost unit, but I would also rather use Sorel probably, even though she's a little bit riskier. What element or elements would rank as best overall? Okay, so ask me which element or elements would rank as best overall, and here's my rough tier list. Tier A, Dark. Unfortunately, it is a very select team, but it is incredibly dominant. One of the reasons why I'm putting Dark and Earth high on this list is they have both next generation damage dealers and next generation tanks. You would, like, there is maybe an argument that lightning could be lifted up to be equal with maybe light, at least, if I made Earth a tier of its own, because they have Alphonse, but that is also pretty limited. I don't know, because all of the other elements, in addition to that, kind of have a lot of options that they can put forward. Both kind of an old team that's been reawakened at this point and a new team that has kind of a different synergy. You could do physical Earth, you could do Earth magic, you could do ice physical, you could do ice magic. Like there's a lot of options for a lot of different things. Wind is kind of the same way. You could do the old Wind team, you could do a new Wind team. There's options. So actually it's fairly balanced, I would say. But there are some outliers up top. But I also think these outliers are going to even out and disappear as the rest of these start getting newer tanks, especially. Is really the thing that I think is going to pull some of them up. Oh. Still, maybe she never got her own weapon as distinct as it is. Talking about Elsorel's 140. So, I discovered something cool recently. If if I go into equipment and go into type, great sword, or are they all in sword? Well, unfortunately, I could not find the official art. So let's drop the link to Dwayne's sword. Alright, what's next? Love me! I love Engelbert now, thanks to you, buddy. Yup, that was my 140 Engelbert versus Greater Demon team. That was just one example of the new Dark team that's really taken over, and I won. Not necessarily because of Engelbert, but he did a good job. I meant to say that, oh, Zenji Ryu? I meant to say this a couple days ago, but my internet or YouTube account was acting up. Water actually does have a VC that gives / attack resistance pin. It comes from Chunox VC. Alright, good catch. I'm a water main and katana main, and Astrius is my favorite. Started playing the same day his banner rolled. My first UR was Lastwell, and Astrius was my first UR built at 120, as well as my first UR to Transcend. He has carried me through everything and still does to this day. Yeah, he's a fucking badass. It was one of the like porcelain tower floors where he gave himself like HP absorb first turn, and then he got in the middle of the map and drew fucking everybody with hate, and then just started cross destructioning like 3 people at a time and just recovering all of his HP in between every turn. Oh, it looks like, here, I'll pin this one. Oh no. Okay, I'll have to look at it on the video, I guess. Okay. Pin Diamond's comment, the Tribute of the Bulls upgrade for Breezy Glacial also gains 10 AoE resistance. Pretty important thing. Sorry I missed that. It's been a bit of a crazy week or so. But I'm doing my best, y'all. Hanging in there. LOL, do you guys have any Rainbow Spheres left? I posted my new 140 Awakenings, which... Let's see, Engelbert and Soddly and Breezy Glaciala, like 3 out of I think 4 of the Awakenings from that week for the URs. But also, yes, apparently I do still have UR spheres. Quite a few. The hundreds that they accidentally sold us was a big hookup. Nero Levy. This is going to be a hard one due to how... Oh, wait. This is going to be a hard one due to how fast units will be dropping. IDK if I can spare any of my UR antlers. I don't like the rush content Gumi is pushing. And then Lex reason. I have 10 antlers, but only 20 UR spheres. Yup. Yeah, I'm not really having trouble with antlers, but I think also that's partially the way that I play is fundamentally different than a lot of people. and I have kind of a distinctive perspective on it. If you play the way that I play each of my accounts, like going hard for one element, splashing in a second for some bait potential, or cover your bases, cover your weaknesses. When one element goes out, one will likely come in. Maybe play for a job. Then you can really take the time between unit releases to build up well. Yep. Although if you are water or strike, man, there's too many must-haves coming soon. And if you do both, because Perrine is amazing, well, bad news for you. I have north of Main Street. I have not tested it yet, but I may try my rainbow team with Sodley, Raph, and a third. Don't know who yet. So Addison Rae, definitely. Get everybody courage and re-raise. She's a great rainbow unit too. What does Sodley get from Transcendence? A nice comment from P-Web. Fernando Samo, 1966. One of my favorite mages. Thumbs up for Sodley. North of Main Street, I hope Balo get a UR upgrade, and I hope it's game breaking for the Balo Nowsville special mission. Yeah, I hope he does too. I mean, come on, the Games is on one. We can meme these units into relevance, but also, damn, have you seen his re-raise? He is nuts. It's actually pretty cool. Honestly, he was doing too good to need it in this fight, but damn, he was good. And that's all I got for you today. Thank you for listening to the mutterings and complaints of my YouTube audience and myself. I appreciate you showing up. The watch time, the liking and subscribing, and all the good things that you do really make this channel work. And you know what else helps? Checking that link in the description where you can find links to all corners of the Jockey Fox universe. You can do podcasts, videos, books, all sorts of things. Books pay the rent, please buy books. I have a new book coming out soon, actually. I'd be very excited to announce it when it is in paperback. I'm slowly finishing the edit, but like I said, this headset is ridiculous. I didn't do the 3D printing, but I've done basically all of the painting, gloss, detail work, enamels. Most of that I have done myself, and I love it and I hate it, and it's been a long week. So please forgive the rushed content, and please forgive the fact that book I wrote I wrote it at the beginning of the year, so I guess my time is still pretty good on it. So I'll try to get that one out to you soon. There's also other ways to support the channel that you will find through that, as well as a Discord where you can come and hang out. So if you just would like to chat, you could just hit me up on Discord. That's fine. I appreciate that. And no matter what you do, I'll see you in the next one.
Listen, if you ever need anybody murdered, please give me a call.
You're
very
giving him a
discreet.
card?
I have no code of ethics. I will kill anyone, anywhere. Children, animals, old people, doesn't matter. I just love killing.